Salim Ali was an average student in school. He left college and spent the next 10 years in Burma as a partner in his brother's timber and wolfram business. Most of the time in Burma, he would be observing birds and wildlife. When the business collapsed, Salim Ali came back and got a job as a guide lecturer at Mumbai's Prince of Wales Museum in 1927. After 2 years, he decided to study ornithology at the Berlin University Zoological Museum. When Salim Ali returned to Mumbai a year later, his guide lecturer's post had been abolished. There was no chance of working for the government either, because he did not have a college degree. Salim's wife, Tehmina's family, owned a small cottage in Kihim, a coastal village to the south of Mumbai. The young couple moved there. Kihim was green and full of birds. This kept Salim Ali occupied with his favorite hobby. Don't take a job, Tehmina advised him, if you can't enjoy it. In 1930, Salim Ali went to the BNHS with a proposal to study Indian birds systematically, which had never been done before. He did not want a salary, only expenses for these ornithological surveys. For the next 20 years, he roamed the subcontinent studying birds from Kutch to Sikkim and Afghanistan to Kerala, weaving history, ecology, and geography into his description of birds and their habitat. In 1941, he published The Book of Indian Birds, the first of many more books to come. It was an instant success, and its royalties enabled him to repay his old business debts. By 1960, the man who had once been rejected for a government job for want of a degree was guiding PhD scholars. Salim Ali helped the development of ornithology in India. Although recognition came late, he received several honorary doctorates and numerous awards. He was awarded Law Gold Medal by the Asiatic Society of Bengal in 1953. He received honorary doctorates from the Aligarh Muslim University, 1958, Delhi University, 1973, and Andhra University, 1978. In 1967, he became the first non-British citizen to receive the gold medal of the British Ornithologists' Union. Salim Ali's writings and awards brought him large amounts of money, but he kept very little for himself, liberally handing out scholarships and grants to needy students. Salim Ali donated his 1976 Paul Getty Wildlife Conservation Prize, worth $50,000, to a conservation research fund at the BNHS. Writing letters was one of Salim Ali's passions. The setting up of the Bharatpur and Karnala bird sanctuaries, the decision not to destroy Kerala's Silent Valley for the sake of a power project, and many other similar measures were due to his powerful letters to prime ministers and forest officials. Salim Ali also loved motorbikes. In 1950, unbeaten 500cc motorbike to Sweden. With his luggage strapped behind him, he roared into an ornithological conference in his bike, startling the other delegates. After the conference, he rode through Europe, meeting friends and watching birds. In France, Salim Ali was injured in a collision with a speeding truck. But the next morning, he got out of his hospital bed and repaired the bike himself. Head bandaged, he kept a lunch appointment later that day. Until he was 87 years old, Salim Ali conducted major expeditions,